Hey guys, what's going on? It's good to see everyone here. This is weird. I haven't done this in a while. First things first, am I okay? Can you hear me is the first thing I want to know. I want to know if I've got an echo or something because I've got this new audio routing system. But guys, it's so cool to see you all here. I'm just sat in the office today and I thought it's a Thursday. I'm able to do it. We're going to do a stream because I haven't done it in such a long time. Yo guys, it's so good to see everyone in here. How's everyone doing? Everyone put in the chat what they've been up to. It has been a class week for me. I've got some really exciting news for you guys as well, which is going to be so cool for you guys to hear and stuff like that. But today we're going to be doing something a bit differently. We're actually going to be doing a logo challenge for me, because you remember that video that I did all about, like, you know, designing a logo in like a certain amount of time. Well, we're going to do that today, but because it takes a long time sometimes to design a logo, I'm going to be doing it over the course of this live stream. So basically, we're not doing critiques today at the minute. You're going to give me something to design. You're going to give me a brief, and we're going to somehow come up with a company name and stuff like that, and we're going to design something today. But for everyone, it is so good to see you. You can hear me. All is well, and I can see your chat. It is so cool to be here today. I can't wait to start this. So we're going to be doing this for an hour and a bit. So we're going to see what we can come up with. So basically, I'm here with my iPad, just like so. And I hope I don't have like an echo or anything like that. I hope it all works just as it should do. But I need to make sure that I've got the chat up. There we go. Wow, check this out. The chat's going crazy with people inside of here. It's so cool to see everyone. We've also broke 100,000 subscribers, and even still we've actually broken over 150,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. So guys, grab a beer, grab some coffee, depending on where you are. I've got a chorus effect. Ah, right, okay, let's have a look. I have a chorus effect. I've still got a chorus effect. I sound like a robot. Hello. Hello. I shouldn't have too much of a chorus effect on here. Sounds like the mic. Sounds weird. Echo. This is the thing with my microphones. They go absolutely crazy and I don't know why. I'm using Adobe Audition. Is it all good? Can you guys still hear me? But whatever, that's fine. I'm going to work it out later on how it sounds and why it sounds like this for my iPad scene when I do it. But guys, what we're going to be doing today is a logo design of a company of your choice. Do I sound like that? Do I trust all of you? My iPad scene when I do it. But guys, what we're going to be doing today is, I do sound really strange. That's okay, we'll work this out. I don't like this. I want to know why it sounds like that. Sorry, 2 seconds, guys. We'll work this out together. Because this is annoying. I'm a real perfectionist when it comes to... Okay, here's why. Okay, that should sound a bit better. There we go. We've got it, people. I think that's what it was. There was 2 audio things on here, and it was very annoying. I'm a robot, people. I am a robot. Sweet. Here we go. Without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. It's because of this stupid software that I use. I don't know how to use it properly. Okay, guys, so on the screen here, you should see some logo goodness. This is what I made in Procreate for the thumbnail, but we're going to be creating some logos today. Here's my Procreate library, as you can see. Now, the first thing is we're going to be going ahead and working out what company I'm going to be designing for. So I'm not too sure what the best way of doing this is, but I guess David Pruitt's on the chat, guys. Good to see David here. I guess the best way would be for if you guys just name a company in the chat, and if you write a name of a company in a chat, then I will come up with the contents of that, of like what it is and what it's for. That would be the easiest one for me. So guys, in the chat right now, I need you just to name some company names. Just everyone name something in the chat that I'm going to design the logo for, and I'll come up with kind of like what it's for and stuff like that. So go, everyone do it. The problem is I'm not going to design something or a company logo that has already been done before. I want to design a weird name of a company. So something that is a company. People are saying like Apple, KFC, stuff like that. Wow. Coca-Cola. Okay. There's so many in the chat. I need to like kind of go through them. Let me just go through some of these. So not a company that's already existing, just any name of a company, and I'll come up with the content of what the company's about. So a make-believe company. I don't want any companies looking at my work and kind of using them if they want to use it. Yo, man. Okay, so we've got a few here. This is difficult to do on my own, so bear with me, guys. We've got I think we have about 100 here. I need to find the best one. The one that I'm currently want to do. Keep the names coming, guys. Let's keep them going. Trying to find the best one. This was Mended. Mended sounds cool, by Louise. Don't know how to say your name. I like the word mended. I like that. We'll go for Mended. Yeah, we're gonna go for Mended. So Jake Paul, whoever wrote that, is an absolute legend. Okay, so Mended. Let's write some stuff down about this. We're going to set up my little document here. So whenever I start a company logo or something, there's a lot of like things that you have to do before you actually start the actual logo, such as meeting with the client and stuff like that. And it can sometimes be an absolute ache doing that. So I'm going to just give you guys a make-believe example, and hopefully this will help you all come up with some kind of like understanding of the process of my logo design. So I've met with the client and I've forgotten the name of it. What was the name? Mended. Okay, Mended is the name. Okay, so what I normally do is I meet up with the client and I basically talk to them and we come up with like the goals of the company. So let's write a really quick brief that shouldn't take too long. So I'm just going to get my pen out, gel pen. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Get streamline of this. If you guys don't know what I'm using Procreate on my iPad. Makes it easier. Okay, so the company is called Mended. So I'm writing a bunch of stuff on here. This company is an apparel company. Let's just say it's an apparel company because it's a lot easier for me to sort of like come up with creative designs and it can be placed on anything. So it's an apparel company that sells t-shirts. So we write this down. My handwriting's terrible, by the way, ironically. It sells t-shirts. What else does it sell? I think it sells like just different apparel items. So like hats and stuff like that. I am dyslexic, so if that is wrong, then sue me. What else could it do? It could do branding services. So strangely enough, a lot of apparel companies do branding services. And what I'm doing here is I'm just getting this in my head by writing it down, but I'm also just writing it down for you guys to see the kind of like ridiculously branded things. So hemp clothes. So here is something that something from Ed has written that they do hemp clothes. So let's say that this company specializes in hemp clothing. So this is what they want the audience to know. This is what their USP is, the unique selling point, okay? medieval clothing. Brilliant. So it's called Mended, which means repair or cars repair. Mended. That's fine. Whatever what people think. Yeah, Hugo, it's good to see you, man. My handwriting is just absolutely terrible. It's just, it's not like lettering at all. It's all in uppercase. I could like, you know, do script stuff. Oh yeah, and by the way, before we carry on, I want to like announce something that a lot of people may not know. I have written a book. Check that out. That's so weird that I can say that now. I've basically, I got a book deal a few months ago, and the reason why the channel's been a bit strange and I've been streaming lately is because I've been writing a book all to do with hand lettering and calligraphy, and it is now 99% finished, as in like I don't know what else I need to do, but I'm not saying 100%. It is like all the content's completely finished. I've seen the proofs of it, and I don't know exactly when you can buy it. If you're in America, you can buy it probably in November. If you're in the UK, you may have to wait till March, which is a strange thing. So it's a new book. It's called Learn in 15. This is my brother, Stuart Paterson. Everyone say hello to Stuart Paterson in the chat. He is a journalist. He is a legend. But the book is actually being made by me. So like I haven't self-published it, but I got a book deal and stuff like that. So it's just really crazy to see that I've actually done that. When it's available, I'll let you know. But guys, it's cool. It's called Learn in 15 Calligraphy. So it's about learning calligraphy very easily, calligraphy and hand lettering, and all the things that you learn are actually on my in the book. So if you buy the book, then you actually learn a lot more about it and what it is. So you'll get to see it all. Stuart Paterson is in the comments, my brother. What a guy. Okay, so this company, we're going to say it's called Mended. So we've got Mended there, and then from there it sells t-shirts and apparel. It also does branding services, and its speciality or its USP is selling hemp clothing. Okay, so we've got that. That's what their company is all about. Now, the next thing that I would probably think of doing when I'm doing this is probably stylization. So like the functionality. So things need to hit a certain milestone. So the logo needs to be seen on a t-shirt. So let's write this down. Logo seen on a t-shirt. You may think this is really simple, but guys, this is so good to refer back to. Hats. For example, e.g. beanies, flat caps, baseball. Okay, so we've got those things there. I thought my iPad just crashed right there. Okay, the third thing, logo needs to be seen on social media. Obviously, this is on every single one that I do. Okay, so this is like kind of where it's seen, right? Let's create a new color here. Let's go to blue. This is like the research stage, by the way, and you'll learn a lot through doing this. Now, if you want to, you can do this with me. So I would love to see your progress, and you can put it on Twitter. And when I sort of like get bored of designing it during the stream, you guys can actually share it on Twitter. And we'll use the hashtag, with this, Will Paterson logo. Use Will Paterson logo, hashtag Will Paterson logo to share your work in progress, and everyone can have a thing going on. It don't have to be on an iPad or anything. Okay, so that's the hashtag right there. Okay, so that's where the logo needs to be seen on, a t-shirt, hats and stuff like that. They also have some specifications because they're a separate company. They're a bit different compared to everything else. So because it's a branding service and it also needs to be colored sometimes. So the color combination, the color of the logo is a huge one, so we'll get that there, and we can actually put ideas here of what the color could be. So because it's like an apparel company, we could have it like obviously negative colors, so like black and white. The next thing would be within negative, we'd have like bold orange is what I'm thinking right now, but that's just an idea. And this is like kind of my mind map. So instead of writing loads of stuff down, I just like to absolutely get everything out of my mind on to the sheet of paper. And it's really weird that you can actually see what I'm writing here, but this is the way that sort of design works really quickly, and a lot of it is spent during this so we can actually refer back to some ideas that we've had and that they're on paper and stuff like that. What's the next thing that they'll do? So logo needs to be seen on there. Also, do they have any preferences to the logo? So a lot of the time, this is where I struggle actually with clients, because if they have preferences, I don't get on with preferences very much, because especially companies that don't know what they're doing, they do know what they're doing, but if they have a preference, basically they become the designer in the process. So you'll notice sometimes clients will say, no, I don't like that, and then the client speaks to me saying that, and I go back to them and I go, well, you're not a designer, so you should let me do it in the nicest way possible. That's a great way to know exactly what you need to do. I do all my projects. That's right. The audio is messed up. Hello? The audio shouldn't be messed up. Audio is not messed up. People are trolling me, man. It's all good though, we'll work it out. Okay, so the preferences that they have, they like signature logos. They like the signature style. They also like, so like kind of with the flow. So with this, I'm thinking like a brush. So I'm thinking brush type, stuff like that. We could do, well, the audio is fine. Yo, man, anyone who says that the audio isn't fine. Oh, I've just added someone to a mod by accident. That's so annoying. Who have I just added as a mod? That's funny. There we go. Right. Okay. My logo guru is good to see you. So they're like, I want to do something like a brush. We could even have a play on monoline script. Okay. So they've got all this information here. So this is kind of like if I was just to get this divided there. Probably not the best way of dividing it, but we'll just give it a go. So we've got that all divided there. This is like the specifications for that. And I'm going to draw some little things down here. I'm going to come up with like some thumbnails and mood boards and stuff like that. So I always draw in blue at first now. Just because it helps my eyes see what's going on a little bit better. So I don't freak out. I'm going to move the mic. There we go. So I can actually put my head down and draw. Use your personal or business logo or a pic if it isn't a personal page. What? I don't get it. Make Stuart mod. Oh yeah, I should make my brother a mod, shouldn't I? Right, if anyone gets banned from the stream, it's my brother's fault. So don't blame me if Stuart gets banned from the stream. Well, there's like 300 and something people in here. This is crazy. Okay, so hang on a sec. Let me sort my life out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is come up with any ideas in my head. So when it comes to logo design, we always have this idea in our head at first. And it's important for us to get that idea out on paper, because once we've got that idea out, it makes life a hell of a lot easier for us to come up with new ones instead of like being influenced by that one idea. So it's called mended. So I'm going to just go ahead and bring this out. Do something like this, and this is a really quick way of doing it. So my first idea is kind of like, oh, hello, doing this, and this is by no means the final thing. Oh, just realized it's all on one layer. Probably want to get this onto a different layer. Cool thing about the iPad, right? And just draw straight on it. I've got a new video coming out soon, within the next couple of weeks, about a graphics tablet like a Cintiq, but an affordable one that you can get. I'm going to be reviewing that for the Tech for Designers video. Shove this down here. So this is like kind of, I'm just going to really quickly, roughly get this into the shape that I want. The reason why I draw in blue is because I'm associating this color at the minute with roughness. So it helps me be raw rough. It's kind of like when you have a pen that you only use for rough drawing, and then you have a pen that you use for non-rough drawing. It makes life a lot easier when you're trying to draw stuff, because you don't feel like you have to be neat or anything at first. And you'll be surprised, like a lot of the time when I'm designing logos, the first idea that pops into my head is normally the best. And as you get into it, it normally is. I mean, it evolves over time. Obviously, it takes a long time sometimes to get a logo correct. But it's about getting that idea functional and correct. So, but I don't think this will stay. This is just to get this out of my head so I have a place to view it. You can see how bad it is at first. It's kind of just like a really, really rough way of getting the word out. Just going to check to see if you guys are okay. Have you tried Gravit Designer? I haven't tried it. Procreate is a paid app, but it is worth every penny. I don't think it's actually that much money, but it's worth every penny. If you do drawing or want to learn how to draw, you've got an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil, you're all good. You should be all sweet with it. You notice here that I'm using a really thick brush pencil because it allows me to really not care too much. I'm just trying to get an idea out. See what goes on here. We'll create a few of these different designs over the course of this thumbnail stage. And this is kind of like my go-to script idea, or my go-to brush script. And you can learn this in the book as well, exactly how I'm creating the brush script and how I know where things go. Some parts of this are just really bad. There we go. Okay, right. So we've got a ridiculously bad, rough version here. I'm not too sure. That kind of looks cool so far. There's some things that I don't like about it, but we're going to move on to the next idea. This whole stage is about me getting my ideas out on paper so people can see what's going on with them. Clients that I get never like to have typeface logos for some reason. Everyone wants just a symbolic logo. You mean a logo type? Right, okay. A lot of people want symbolic logos, but a lot of my clients like the type-based ones because that's kind of like me. That's what I do. So it makes more sense for me to have like a typeface logo. I just realized you can see like a bunch of plugs over there, but oh good. Okay, mended. Okay, so what if they had like, you know, it's called mended, and you know, for the sake of ease, and I know this is really like, you know, mundane and stuff, but I'm going to put Supply Co in this as well. Just as an example. Okay, so that's like mended Supply Co, very generic little design there, but just make this smaller. Shove that in the corner there. And we're creating like a little board here for ourselves. So we've got all our information up at the top here, and we've got like a little ideas going on down here. So the next one I'm going to do is kind of similar. If we can do it correctly, there we go. Oh, hang on a minute. We want to create a new layer, makes life a heck of a lot easier. Move this down again. And what we're doing here is we're creating like a little place to put them, the words. This is going to be too small. We're just sticking this out a little bit like that. Cool thing about the iPad is just very quick. So I start off with this here. We kind of just follow this. It's called an envelope. And we always start off with the skeleton. And don't worry, I don't normally work this quick when I'm doing logo designs. I always leave myself a bit more time when I'm actually working on them. But you can see why I like to use my iPad, because it allows me just to edit stuff very quick. You can see why I use the, what's it called, the grid paper as well. There we go. Sort this out. And then what we can do with this is we can either make it serify or we can make it less. And then I'll basically put like, we can either use sans serif down here. I don't know, something like that. Probably not like that. I'll probably like go. It's a little placeholder. Once we get something that we like, and we've got all these ideas in the head, whether they're good or bad, then we can work out where to go next with it. Where can I get a good grid? You can find them online. I do have a portfolio. I'm going to read the chat for just a second because I just realized I haven't been reading the chat. Can you explain the logic behind the word mark? That word mark. What do you mean the logic? Well, can you do a non-type logo with the letter M as well? Yeah, I could do, but it'd still be a logo type. It would still be a typography-based logo. I specialize in government UX, so I'm great on that aspect. Okay, let's have a look. You guys, by the way, you can do all of this on a normal piece of paper. It just takes a bit longer. That actually looks so cool. I mean, the cool part is that if you think this looks good, then then that's really cool. That helps me. How long have you been doing logo design? About 5 to 6 years. Hi, well, I'm going to be studying graphic design at Falmouth University in September. Nice one. Would love to get some feedback on my channel. I'm 14 years old, aspiring designer and filmmaker, documenting my whole journey. Yes, Ted. I love your work, man. Have you ever done website design? Nope. What? We have to go back to basics. I don't get it. If you draw it like a badge, it'll look cool too. That's true. We could draw it like a badge. You mean like in a circle? Okay, let's do this in a serify way. So really rough kind of serif. When I say rough, guys, I mean like, you know, this is going to be a pretty rough deal. Way too thick. Let's get this down like that. Ooh, my pencil started going a bit funny there. Going too quick. This is the new iPad Pro, by the way. Procreate is very quick on here. You can tell the difference between the screen, like what it's like and stuff. My phone keeps buzzing. So we're going to be getting our logo design. Well, that's really bad, that part there of the E. If you guys have got any questions to do with the process, leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to be looking at the comments every now and then. You can see there, this little attribute here I just found. And you know, the most important aspect of design is not being scared to fail. Because it's through the failures that you make during this process that you make the good parts of the design. So this is where the actual good parts of it come through. Like if this idea doesn't work, it doesn't have to work. That's the thing. No, the client isn't going to be seeing this unless you show them, right? How is the 160 megahertz second? It is worth it for me because I do a lot of iPad drawing. I do a lot of drawing as well. But the new iPad basically is for geeks like me who can afford it and justify it. I mean, I don't think you can justify it if you already have an iPad as much. But I mean, if you're looking for the latest and greatest stuff and you want to be protected from, you know, it's slowing down when Procreate updates or whatever, then that would be a good reason to get it as well. So you can see here I'm not really caring how it looks, as long as it's got the sort of the bare bones of what it should look like. We can sort of like envision it later on. This is just like, because sometimes we can have an idea in our head and we realize a bunch of challenges whilst we're creating the idea, you know. There we go. Yeah, this is just an idea, so we don't need more contrast at the minute. We just need to get the idea down. As in, like, some of these challenges I've got here is that these serif parts need to be spaced out a bit more. But we can go like 1,000,000 different ways from this. But if you remember back in the actual brief, it said that they wanted something, you know, flowy. So this is just like, you know, us getting an idea out. And this is what I always do. Sometimes even before reading the brief, I'll just get some ideas out. Otherwise, it just influences my my decisions. Okay, so we've got that kind of there. Now we've got some like problems. We need to, like, you know, get this bit squared off actually, because otherwise it's not going to work correctly. To add some serifs to this, you can see that it's got the rough bare bones. I guess if you looked at that, you can understand it. You can kind of read it. There's some major things going on here that we need to fix. But again, it's all fixable. And the great thing about the iPad Pro, again, is that you can just, I don't need to scan these in. I can just like set them up in this kind of like document and it'll all be good. We can like show what's going on. So that's another thing. The end is pleasing. Thank you. It's okay. Can't always create the brand new end concepts. Don't forget to give the vids a thumbs up. Yes, please give this video a thumbs up and share it if you're enjoying this. I'm so glad that so many of you are watching this live stream. It's so cool to see everyone on here today. Okay, so we've got this one here. Let's make this a bit smaller. Let's get it there. Get rid of that layer. Also, so we got design 1, design 2. Let's make a new layer. And we're going to go for another design 3. So let's have a look at some sort of like monoline work going on here. So I'm going to go for a brush to make this quicker, in fact. So this is like part of the calligraphy base. I'm writing the word monoline by accident. That's so annoying. And here's me just going for it. Problem is, we've got a bunch of these little strands going off. You'll notice I'll go quiet sometimes when I'm really concentrating, and I'll forget that there's over 300 people watching me. Be quiet, phone. In fact, we can do something different with this. Okay, so there's another idea. I like a little swash there with Supply Co, you know, down there. If we just get back to this. There's another really quick idea. Monoline kind of works out, might not, it's not too creative. If Will wants to let me keep them, then I'd rather be cool and not take his work, although it is gratifying to see my favourite logo artist work on it. Thank you so much, dude, for the kind words. Looks like kind of like Martin Guitars. I've not seen that logo, I don't think. Right, I'm looking at the comments for a little bit. Let's have a little look at some of these comments. That underline though. Why is it all type-based? I'm a typographer, but when we do this project, it's not going to be just for one stream. This is like a logo challenge that you guys get to see me working. I want to do this over a course of a few streams, but we'll create a monogram, an icon, or something. We don't know yet. What type of brush is that? It's one that's on my website. If you go to my website, you can purchase Procreate brushes. Let's have a look. You can easily use whatever comes out of there. I've tried some more line designs for Mended Supply Co, and it's so hard. I'd be happy to see if you actually get it to look good. Love the designs. Wish I had those ideas. Yes, man. Will, what kind of books have inspired you in your graphic design work? A lot. Just like general graphic design books that I find on Amazon. Hey, Will, how do you use mood boards and inspiration for Google Pinterest without copying too much? I find that if I do a mood board, I often take features from other logos. So basically, all logo design is, I bet you guys, if you looked at this, you would see that a lot of these are actually very similar to other logos that you've seen, whether they're from me or like other designers. That's just the way it kind of goes. And it's not because I'm copying it, it's because it's a certain style. Now, there's always going to be certain similarities within the certain similar styles. So it's all about understanding you don't copy exactly what they're doing, you make it your own by looking at it for inspiration, but also allowing your brain to be free. You don't look at it and say, oh, I need to do it like that for it to look good or anything like that. That's a different way of looking at it. You want to make sure it looks okay, but you don't want to be too, copy. There we go, it's number 3. Let's get another idea out. And basically, after this process, once I've created a bunch of different ideas, I'd send it to the client. The client would want to know what's going on, and I'd send a few of these to the clients, annotating which one I believe is the best. And this whole process always sits on my iPad. This is why I can just work off my iPad and makes everything a bit easier. Let's have a look. The last two would look sick if you made it into a string, yeah? Maybe, maybe not. I haven't thought about that yet. Digging the second one. Hey, Naomi is in the house. Digging the second one. I like the second one too. I don't know why. It reminds me of Kenko. I don't know why. How do you decide what style of typography to do in a project? Like how to decide what fits the brand? Well, you decide what's appropriate. The more you know about design, the more you realize what is and what isn't appropriate to have in the brand, sort of thing, right? Why are all your logos typography? It's almost never images or figures. Actually, you're wrong. You see a lot of my work on Instagram, and I love typography, so I show all my typography logos, but about half of the logos that I design are monograms, or icons, app icons, illustrative work. You know, I do a lot. But I understand why you think they're all typography. It's because I absolutely love type. Let's have a look. Are you afraid of clients stealing your design and getting a cheaper designer to recreate it? No. If the last time someone did that, they were in a lot of trouble. And not with me, with the law. You have to stick to your guns when it comes to someone stealing your work. But it's very hard to prove as well. Wow, loads of people watching tonight. Yeah, there are. I do logos on Microsoft Paint. Brilliant. How would a typographic logo fit into a website favicon? It doesn't fit. That's the weird part. Type logos for the win. Yes, mate. How much money do you make a year? I don't answer those kinds of questions, but I make enough to live. I found your work through Pinterest. Oh, wow. And it's inspiration for me since I'm also a hand lettering artist. Great work for this logo, and I hope I'll be able to make take your lettering class. Yes, mate. How's your figure illustration? It's terrible. Drawing type is like a completely different animal. Okay, so let's have a think. So we've done we've done this one here, which is like a brush type version. We've also got the mended one there. Oh, someone just bought something off my shop. So we've got mended there, mended there, mended there. I'm not too sure which one to go for just yet. There's a few that I would like to try, such as I've been working for a client at the minute when I'm creating a logo type called Cyan, and I've been looking at a lot of minimalistic serifs. So I'm going to try that, doing a minimalistic serif fonts. So mended, let's have a look. So this is going to be cool. Let's have a look and see how this kind of rolls. So yeah, the book's coming out November in America, the US of A, and it's coming out in March where I live, which is annoying, right? Thinking up some of the parts of the third one. Now there's monoline. I want to keep it monoline. Okay, so let's have a look. This is a thick part. So with this one, I'm going very thick and thin, right? And also when I've been working for a client the past day, and I'll show you in here what I've been doing. So I use Photoshop Sketch to come up with like very precise logo type designs. So you can see here, this is kind of like the precise logo design that I've created for a client. It's just an idea still, but this is what I want to generally go off. And we could look into doing something like this for this one. I think it would look pretty cool, and we'll see what's going on. The book is about, what's it called? The book's about hand lettering and calligraphy. And it's cool that I've got to be able to do one. It is incredible that they allowed me to do one. So this is like kind of a logo that it's just the drawing off one. But what Adobe Photoshop Sketch allows you to do is it gives you a bunch of shapes to work with, right? So I've been using the ruler and the shapes to get perfect shapes before it goes into Illustrator. And if I wanted it to go into Illustrator, I just tap here and I can just send this to Illustrator, Photoshop, or whatever. So it's a pretty cool way of doing it, right? Right, so you'll understand what I'm doing here. I'm creating the rough version, so I'm not going to spend too long on this, but I'm going to even just like lower pencil just here. It's a bit too thick, the pencil. Keep this going. So really pronounced serif options here. Yeah, Paterson is always working. Does he have any free time? I'm quite literally working most of my life, which is quite a sad reality. Have you ever tried Affinity Photo? I have. There's a video on my channel about it. Let's have a look at the comments for a sec. Yeah, no, the book comes out in March in the UK. So annoying. If you buy a Photoshop plan, you can just use the license or on more than one device. Yes, you can use it on 2. I'm in the process of majoring in graphic design. I just got one of the first official clients. They're a big tech company based in Houston. Nice. Let's have a look, see the other comments that are coming through. It's so cool to see everyone on here. I'd love to see more videos on looking at the process of the real designs. My fave. I am 23 years old. I got the 256 gigabyte on the iPad. How much Procreate cost? I bought it for £6 about 4 years ago. So it didn't cost me that much at all then. So colour these in. And the reason why I'm working in blue is, I don't know if any of you guys, I might have told you guys actually, it just helps me be rough. So with this all in black, it seems very contrasty. And this is how I create this on the iPad. It's much easier to do on the iPad than on paper, but you can do it on paper. You just need to rub things out a lot. And guess what? I believe Adobe are going to be live streaming tonight. So we can literally go ahead and, what's it called, invade their live stream later on when we're done. It's going to be so fun, guys. And when we do, we need some ideas of how we're going to invade the live stream. So at the end of this live stream, what we're going to be doing is I want to see your designs that you've done on this hashtag here, hashtag Will Paterson logo on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can think. I want to see some of your work on there when we finish later on. But I'm also going to be filling the space of ideas. The next time when we come to them, we're going to choose an idea. We're going to work out whether it works and vectorize them. So we're going to do this as kind of like a, what's it called? Like a stream series if we do, just because I've got to be home at some point tonight. Otherwise I'll be working all of my life. Find anyone to vector a logo. I can't do it because I don't have a computer. My favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you. I hope you're talking about me, Isaac. That means a lot. I just find it crazy how we've it took me so long to get 50,000, right? And you remember only a few months ago, I hit 100,000. Well, we've grown by 50,000 subscribers. That's 50,000 people choosing to press that red subscribe button. It blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. So basically, I'm just choosing the thin parts here, working them out where they are. Then we get rid of the thin parts. Just like so. We're going to color this in, but when we color it in, we're just going to shade it in like this. And the reason why you'll find a lot of these designs shaded is because the design looks completely different to the brain and the eye, and it gives you more of a depth perception when they're shaded in. So that's why you'll just see them really crappily shaped in like this, just so our brains can see it as one whole shape. And the whole idea with design now, especially in this modern day, it's all about having the time to do it. So you've got to be really quick sometimes to different things. See you later, man. It's good to see you, dude. Paid and Matt, good to see you, man. What's your advice to those who are new to hand lettering? New to hand lettering, if you're new, practice every day. Don't get discouraged, and just know that you'll get better. I've got such a good idea. Try this. Oops, hang on. You'll see that my iPad kind of slows down. Procreate needs to speed up when it comes to stuff like that. I can hold down this to get a straight line, which is pretty cool. We can do something at that end later on, I think. I mean, we can do whatever we need to do. But these are just some ideas, getting them out of our heads. And we're just making sure, because I want to be able to see this on a beanie and everything else. When I'm thinking about beanie, I'm thinking about the strip here off the beanie. So like, oh, there's the camera. Thinking like if you have a cap here, I want it to be seen on this side of the cap. So it's important to get that done. Do you use the golden ratio when designing logos? Yes, I do. So that comes much later down the line though. Will, what kind of stylus are you using? I'm using an Apple Pencil. Will, do you recommend or do you use any screen protector to get bigger, better drawing surface? If yes, any recommendations? Yes, I do. It's in my latest video about iPad accessories, if you want to check that out. Just going to check my emails for a sec. I'm expecting a couple of emails. I keep getting these spam emails. It's so annoying. It's coloured in. So you can see how rough I'm being, but like, and generally when I'm working with this, it takes longer for when I'm actually doing a client work because there's a bit more pressure on me. Right now I can just do literally whatever I want and like there's no consequence. But if you yeah, it takes longer for me to do it when it's working for a real client. So I want to just check something here. That looks really strange. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it like that. Why not? We'll go crazy with this idea stage because we can always revert them back. The D's are really annoying to draw. That sounded wrong. Okay, just draw this one in. I'm getting quiet because I'm just concentrating and thinking about this now as to whether it will work. And I think this would be really cool. We haven't even talked about target age or anything, but the ones that I've been thinking in my head, the target age would be about young adult age. It's not just teenage age. It's kind of like, 20s to 30s age. That's where I'm basing this off. Obviously, it's a real company. I would know who the demographics are, or what the demographics are even. My app keeps freezing. Very annoying. How's everyone doing? It's good to see so many people in here today. If you want to make more, what's this? You're going to go to the people who know Fiverr. I had an idea for a cool video that I want to run past you guys, seeing how you hear on the chat. The idea for this video would be to ask one of my clients very nicely that I'm working with at the time, whether I could commission someone on Fiverr, a logo designer on Fiverr, to design that logo or their logo, and then I would do one as well without seeing what they've done. I would do it as well, and then we'd compare it between like however much they paid for the logo and how much the Fiverr logo costs. So I want to try that. I keep forgetting to post my work on Dribbble. Like, it's just too many places to post. And like, clients don't really come from Dribbble. That's where I go for inspiration, really. That N is going to be a bit strange. Now the cool thing is I can just nick this E again. Switch it back. And there goes Procreate. It crashes sometimes, especially when you're recording. Let's have a look. Does it work? It's saying that there's an E there, but there definitely isn't an E there. It's because it's such a high-res file. This is like a 600 dpi file on A4. Let's give this a try one more time. Copy it, paste it, flip it. Don't crash on me. Don't die on me. Cool. Merge that back down. Copy and paste the D. Don't crash on me. It's always risky doing it on these high-res files. What happens when I do this? Oh, nothing happens. Isn't that strange? What about this? That just looks bad. We've got some kerning issues going on here. Let's kern this up. I think the main reason is because there's N in the middle. There's a lot of space. And this E is definitely going to go back to being... What's going on? Procreate's broken, people. Let's see what it looks like in black. So this is a good test of whether it looks decent or not. That's what it looks like in black. We could work with that. That would be cool to work with. I could take into Photoshop Sketch to show you. It actually does look, sounds like a Z after. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Z, doesn't it? A rolled over Z. It'd be interesting to see whether it works or not. So there might be a bit too much stylization there, because my main goal is not to stylize it too much, but to be able to use it as an actual logo. And see what happens when you look at it from very small. Can you see it kind of? Yeah. You can kind of see it, for sure. It doesn't look too bad at all when it's this size, actually. I just watched a Creative Bar pen tool video and then tried it. Nice one, man. I'll have to check out my flow. Yeah. How many brushes are in your calligraphy brush bundle? There's quite a lot, but guys, if you wait, I'll be updating that brush bundle on my website. Well, not updating, creating a new one. So there's going to be a huge brush bundle dropping very soon. Huge brush bundle. The backward end is irritating. Yeah, I know. But we'll see what happens when we go for it. Guys, I need a wee. I just remembered. I need like a pee. So if you let me go for a wee, I promise when I come back, all will be well. I need like a be right back thing. But I'm going to go for a whiz. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Literally 2 minutes. Back in a sec. I'll even put the... will I put the countdown on? Nah, I'll just put this on. I'm back. Good to see you all. Sorry about that. Had to take a bathroom break. I am back. Do not worry. And I need a haircut. Right. It's not good just sitting down. Wow, a lot of people left during that. That's crazy. How's Squarespace for creating a site for Mended? Oh, that's a good idea. We should create a site for it. That would be really cool, creating an actual brand. All right, you have to remind me that. Mended Supply Co. You've changed your name and everything. That is hilarious. Okay, so let's have a little recap, guys. Let's recap all of the stuff we've got on here. So we have a t-shirt apparel company, or an apparel company, right? We also have, it's a branding service company. It's all looking really cool here. We've got all the things at the top. Oh, if the brand already exists, it's all good. I don't mind. We're creating something else. It's not a huge brand, I don't think. Where do you get most of your clients from? I get my clients from online, mainly people who see me. We're not changing. We're not putting up votes to change anything. That's not the way this rolls, Matt. Otherwise, yeah, that doesn't work well. We may do a vote when we come to the actual design of it, but this is just the idea stage. Okay, so we've got that idea there. We've got all the stuff there. Let's just get on with some more ideas, eh? Put this down like that. There we go. Idea 4. That's what that idea is. Okay. If you guys are enjoying the stream, then please go ahead and share it and get other people in here. Because it'll be cool to see many more people here. Right, let's have a look. Let's change the color to red. Draw something in red. So we've got the serif versions and stuff like that. What about like a proper old school? I'm not too sure. We could do like a proper old school typographic thing, right? We can do negative logos and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm not too sure whether I want to do that because it's a supply company, an apparel company. Even we need to keep the logo so it states what it is. What else was there? You're online, but which social media? Where clients find you? Clients find me on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. Google mainly as well. At least you're willing to try it. Yeah, that's right. Hashtag change.n. Black letter would be cool. That's a good idea. We haven't tried black letter yet. So we could do a lot with black letter actually. Let's have a look. Okay, we'll do this in black so we can see it because it is black letter. Let's try like this. Make it a bit bigger. It's a lot harder to do black letter on the iPad, I find. Hang on. We'll have to change that E. But I'm not happy with this. Hang on. Let me just sort my life out. Try it with this little flush at the bottom. See, it's so hard to do on the iPad. I need to create a better brush for this. Oh, this D is going to be a pain as well. Let's try it though. I'm going to try a couple of different black letter styles actually. So that's a black letter. Let's just get this onto a different layer. I want to see what it looks like when it's smaller. That D though. Yo, pineapple, pine, whatever you are, I'm putting you in time out, bud. Hey Will, which brush pen do you like the very most? I don't know, I just like them all. I've been using the Ecoline ones lately. Come on, iPad, there we go. Put this in a new layer. I keep thinking my iPad's like gonna crash from here any minute. So that looks like a really bad black letter. But it could work. I like the idea of that. We could even like add hang on, let's move this so I can get a good angle for it. This is probably like a really get a bit of streamline on this. Switch it upside down. Try something different with this, right? Hello, hello, Mohammed Frady. Good to see you. Nice to meet everyone in here. Are you a fan of Logic? I am. Well, I mean Logic, the thingy-majig, the program, because if so, I am. Sometimes it's good just to put the ideas down as examples of what not to do at this stage, just to provide contrast and make the other ideas look better. That is literally it. I've always said that logo design in itself is all about showing what does not work. So generally the first or second idea is kind of like where it's at. That's what people want to see. But Logic the rapper, lol. You can tell me I'm a proper geek. I just like to look at software and stuff. But the whole idea of type or logo design even is a lot of it's proven to the client what doesn't work. So a lot of the work goes over into that. Thank you so much, Echo Your Body. Hey Will, can I ask you what microphone you've got? The audio is really nice from Christopher. I have got the Audio Technica, but I also have something called Loopback, which brings my audio from Adobe Audition into this live stream. So it's kind of like EQ'd into this. I know it's overusable about the vintage logo design, perhaps. I guess all of this is kind of vintage logo design, but we'll just see. I might use like an icon soon. Favorite program to work with: Adobe Illustrator and Procreate and Photoshop. I like them all. Greetings from Norway. Good to see you. Did you make the letters in the background? Yes, I made all of these. EQ'd. How much time does it take you to design a logo for a client? It could take weeks. Bye, Isaac. Sorry for spamming you so much, but gotta go, Will. Thank you for the stream. Such a great artist. Wish I had a mind as great as yours. You're a creative genius. Thank you so much, man. I mean, if I've got this mind that you think is a genius thing, anyone can do it. It's all about just do things differently. Don't just follow the crowd and stuff. Cool. Are you a vintage style person? I am. Will, sir, I'm planning for subscribing for a logo designing course using Illustrator on Udemy. Should I go for it? It costs around $9. Yes, go for mine. Go to my one. I am a designer. Do you have a favorite logo that you've designed? My favorite logo that I've designed is what's it called? The one that I've just designed. So the one that I've just done. That's my favorite one. It always will be. So right now I'm just creating a balance for flourishing. So kind of like this, I guess. Again, it's just an idea. Become a very big idea. Okay, good to see everyone here. I'm also This looks very much like the blind logo. Inspired. Love it. The blind logo. Is that the one? Oh, that's the one from the future, right? When they have like a blind logo. That's true. It kind of, the blind logo was created by a really cool hand lettering artist and calligrapher. He's a very talented man, and he's able to do black letter gothic like that. But he's been doing it for years. So like that logo is really nice. Okay, do whatever I say. No, I'm not. Should I go to uni? Don't know. Okay, let's see some of these ideas. We've got 5 ideas here. That's number 5. I'm trying to think. There are other ideas that we could do. We could do like a proper... Let's just get all these into one idea, in one layer. Let's just stop. Actually, no, let's just show this layer, but make it even smaller. There we go. Let's go for a red onto the sketch brush. Okay. I'm creating like a little grid system here. And I'm going to cheat by using a brush pen. The one that you can get on my website in a couple days' time. Let's try it like this first. It's a bit too thin. Bit too thick. I'm trying to get it just right. It's difficult. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, that's good size. Get this down like so. So I'm going to change this. So it's not just going to be brush type. It's going to allow me to get the same feel. Okay, let's have a look. Make this smaller. Do a lot of rubbing out. This cool thing about the iPad, you can just do whatever you want, quite literally, very quickly. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm making it a bit more weathered, just so I can see what's going on. So I'm rounding some of these sharp corners. And then soon we'll be finished for this stream, but in the next one we'll be not repeating this process, but we'll actually be creating everything else on the computer, or choose the right idea, sorry, draw it out and then start vectorizing it to see if it works. And I'll take you through all my checks to show you that it might or might not work. So that should be fun. So it's kind of like, let's do it in black so you can see what's going on. Don't want curves. So you got this. It kind of looks very strange at the minute. You guys can see it there better than I can see it on my iPad. Just take the advice from the online people. What I'm saying is to do your best works every time. That's true. Do your best. Dun, dun. Will Paterson, can you suggest a program on the computer for calligraphy? And can you do this type of work in Illustrator? Also, apologies if you answered this question already. You can use Photoshop. Just go and find a brush. I'm going to make some brushes for Photoshop that you can use for calligraphy. So I've got this new to me. Is anything else? Adobe Illustrator for beginners. Yes, nice one. That's my course. Like something a little more complete course bundle, full course sort of thing. Yes, there will be. I need to do a full-on lettering course. I started doing a full lettering course, and also I've got a website that was postponed because of the book. But I've got a website with a course on it, all to do with logo design, but they're all in modules. So the way that it goes, it's kind of like a school for logo design. So if you want to learn how to do it, you can like buy all the courses on there, and it's basically the whole website is one big course, but you can buy the modules, which are miniature courses. So say within the course, it's like you want to learn how to vectorize something with the pen tool professionally, you know, how to do it properly, then you can buy that module for the course, or you can buy all the modules or more than one at discounted rates. So it's so everyone can have like an opportunity to learn something off the website, and that's going well. So yeah, so it says, let's have a look. I think all designers are a tiny bit OCD about the work. Yeah, they are. They are really OCD. Thank you very much, Ezra. You just love the D. Lol. Learn calligraphy is useful for handwriting. Why? Well, learning calligraphy is useful for handwriting because you learn the formations of the letter and how they're supposed to be. And you also get a steadier hand. So what would be the best way you guys suggest to get over the perfect tendencies as a designer? To have the innate, to kind of like know in your mind that things aren't going to be perfect anyway. To know that your best is perfection. And tight deadlines, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at this. We're going even more vintage, people. Here we go. And also, I've got a video coming out either tomorrow or Monday all about creating, and I'll just show you in a sec. It's all about creating this hand-lettered piece of work here. I show you how I do it, and the whole video is me doing it. There's no time lapse or anything, so I show you how to do this. I can show you a little time lapse now. I think it's around here. Yeah, so it's kind of like this. It keeps going, and we work on it, and I show you how I do it all. So stay tuned on the channel for that. And if you haven't subscribed, then press that red subscribe button down below. It's completely free, and put notifications on as well, because I start chatting with you guys when a video goes out. Okay, mended. We've got that done there. That looks pretty cool. What I'll do is I'll just duplicate that, merge this down so it's a bit more black right there. Awesome. Right, guys, we've got some cool ideas over here. Let's take a little recap. So we started at the start of the stream, we started with a bunch of different ideas going on here. Let's do this. There we go. We started off with mended at the top, just here on the top left, and we went ahead and did our research and everything else. And from there, we realized that they're a hemp-based clothing company, which we've kept in mind. We've also created a few little like different ideas here. So we've got flow, brush, signature, we can do monoline script. So these are all our written ideas, kind of like from the brief. And also down here, we've got all of our different logo types going on there. Now I'm going to check Twitter really quick to see whether, I keep getting these spam emails, man. They're so annoying. Let's have a look. See whether you guys have been using the hashtag. And if you have been using the hashtags, I'll be able to see if you've been using it. And I'm not making any sense right now. Will Paterson logo. Has anyone been using this? Yes, you have. Who's this guy? AJ from Nepal, I think. And he created a cool logo. You guys can check it out on there. I'll be checking your logos out during the night tonight, but I'm going to be going in a minute because we've got some ideas here. Take a screenshot if you want to sort of be inspired and if you want to do this journey with me, because we'll be able to go ahead and do this all together whilst we're streaming. I want you guys to join in and give some ideas and we can work on it really collaboratively. Also, I'll see if a client will let me do a logo design work or show you my actual logo design process on a live stream at some point. So I'll see if we can do that as well. You can't really see the black letter on a hat. Yeah, you probably could see this part on a hat, like the main part, but you may not be able to see all these little flourishy parts on a hat. But a lot of these can work. I think the best ones are probably the brush scripted ones here. I like this one a lot. It's my first one, and I did say that the first one's always like my favorites. The fact that you said your handwriting sucks, but you still have great lettering gives me hope because my handwriting is the absolute worst. Yes, my handwriting absolutely sucks. Look at that. And then when it comes to lettering, I kind of know what I'm doing. Right, guys, your mum, why are you bored? Crazy man. I'm going to see if we can like infiltrate or invade a live stream of some friends of ours. So everyone stay tuned for just a couple minutes. Because this will be fun if we can do this. I want to see if they're live. They may not be, they may be. I'm going to check it out. I do not think they are live at the minute, which is strange because they're supposed to be live. Let's have a look. If we give it a couple minutes, I'm going to wait a couple minutes because it's going live in literally like 1 minute. So whatever happens, I did some logo like the one in the middle and some people forum started raging because I didn't create a correct typeface. I don't get them. People who rage at logos and stuff are just like, it's annoying. I've got a couple of ideas though that I want to run by you guys, seeing as how we're all here. Hello Mattia, good to see you. I wanted to run a couple of ideas because you're hardcore and you stayed on this stream the whole time. I want to do a video or a series of videos. I'm trying to make series at the minute because of the way that YouTube is. I want to, like, you know, give you something good every week that you can be inspired by. But would you think it would be a bad idea if I created like kind of like a cringe design video? So like looking at some of the cringiest designs and kind of reacting to them. Would you guys like that kind of video, or would you, I'm not sure, or would you hate that? I'd love to know. It'd be cool to know. Let me know. Your mom says it's a bad idea. People love it. Adam is bored, don't. Mate, your mum and Adam seem to be very, I'm just gonna like ban your mum because he's just like, people like him, I don't like. Do it, yeah, you'd watch. Even if you don't want to watch it, it's cool. Like, I just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because there's been times when I've seen designs online and I'm like, I could make a video about this and you guys would love it. But some other people might hate it. So I think H3H3 Productions did a video called like Cringe Design, and I've been thinking about doing it for ages, but like I didn't want to do it because in case you guys got annoyed at me for doing it. It sounds like a bad joke. Yeah, it would be funny. Hugo says you could do that, but you have to put an educational twist on it and say how you can improve on them. That is true. I want to do that because I'm not here to like take the mick out of anyone. Yeah, thanks, David. Like, I just needed to get him off. needed to get them off. If anyone does that again on the, if you're a mod on here and if anyone just like is really negative and stuff like that or nasty, then we can just get rid of them. We don't need them. Guys, I just want to say I love you all for being on this stream. It is so cool. You give me so many opportunities like this. I'm going to be on YouTube tomorrow, not live, but there'll be a video coming out tomorrow about hand lettering and stuff like that. And I'll see if I can come up with a cringe design video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Press that red subscribe button down below. I'll be obviously posting about the winner. If you haven't checked out my last video, you should go check it out. But there's a winner off a giveaway. So check out my last video. Not my last one, the one before that. The one about the iPad accessories. What else? Yeah, subscribe down below. Press that little notification bell to get updates of what's going on. Let's take this YouTube channel to the next level and see what happens. All right. I'll read a couple more comments and then I'll give you the link of where we're going to invade. I think it's a good idea as long as you get a critique why they don't work and maybe give examples of better solutions. Yeah. So I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I want to always give a positive spin of like what they can do. So if someone sees it, they can really see how they can make it better and stuff. So let's give it a go. David Pruitt, you really want to win. You really want to win. Okay, guys, I'm going to post a link in a second and I want everyone to click on it and type Will Paterson sent me on the chat. Okay, when you get into this stream, type Will Paterson sent me. They hopefully won't be annoyed. I'm hoping they will not be annoyed, but just say Will Paterson sent me. We love you, Rufus. Okay, so everyone got that. Let me know. Say yes if you've got that, and then I'll give the link to you guys to click on and we'll have a fun night. This is going to be funny. Okay, you've heard it. Okay, are you guys ready? Here you go. Here's the link. Click on it. Go for it. I think that's the one. I hope that's the link. This should be funny. Let's see what they say. I need everyone to do it. This is going to be funny to see what he says. There's so many of you guys doing it. This is hilarious. Keep doing it, people. Show them some love. You just want to be with me, man. I'm sorry. I've got to go home. I've got a life to get to at home, man. Need to see my wife. I don't think Rufus is seeing this. This is crazy. Guys, keep doing it until Rufus says something. He needs to give the squad a shout. Yes, there we go. Okay, I'll do it now. Oh, Rufus is giving me a shout out. What a nice guy. Speaking of which, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stick around to see Adobe's live stream. They are class. They are so nice people. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Stick around with them and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, mate, don't worry. You can unsubscribe from me, Pine. Don't worry, man. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Send them love. It is good to see you. Love you all. See you soon. Creative Cloud sent me. Laters. See you soon.